here? This season, the biggest games, the biggest rivalries are all on the new ABC Miami Channel 18. We've got Monday Night Football and all of your favorite ABC shows like 911, Abbott Elementary, and Bachelor in Paradise. Plus, Good Morning America and World News Tonight with David Muir. Make the switch now to the new ABC Miami on Channel 18.
With the iHeartRadio app, your favorite radio station fits right in your pocket. Live shows, news, sports, exclusive music channels, and voices that don't just go viral. They're the voices of your local community. Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
Football Fridays are presented by Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Dan Collins.
That's the best back-to-back performance ever.
Dan Collins.
Where do they rank in history?
Dan Collins.
From now until dead.
Hear Dan Patrick, followed by Colin Cowherd every weekday morning beginning at 9 a.m. This is Fox Sports 940 Miami.
On one, he might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep, second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back, track, wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack, a 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Nice job, Ahmed. Welcome. We are live from Fenway Park, home of the Boston Red Sox since 1912. On a 78-degree Friday night, it is absolutely perfect here. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. Game 122 of 162. The final leg of this three-city road trip begins tonight in beautiful Boston, Massachusetts, where the Marlins will look to salvage what has been a difficult and frustrating road trip, dropping 4 out of 5 in Atlanta and 2 out of 3 in Cleveland. Miami brings a 2-6 record into Beantown. Clayton McCullough's crew will be tested again over the weekend with some elite pitching and potent offense in Boston, who are 10 games over 500 and sniffing October baseball. We're pumped to bring you game 1 of this 3-game interleague set between the 66 and 56 Boston Red Sox and your 58 and 63 Miami Marlins. Sandy Alcantara, he will take the ball for the 24th time this season after 2 rough outings. The Sandman looks to get back on track tonight. He will go opposite Lucas Giolito, 31-year-old right-hander who toes the rubber for the 19th time this season. He was clipped in San Diego last week, but he's been dominant here at Fenway Park. Last 4 starts, he surrendered just 1 run over his last 27 combined innings pitched. We get going at 7:10 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Friday night with Jack McMullen and Gabby Sanchez. I'm Steven Strom. We got a sensational and fabulous show for you. We are going the distance. It's a Power Pack broadcast, and we thank you for your participation. We will start where both teams are at. We'll hear from Clayton McCullough. I got a chance to sit down with him to talk Sandy Alcantara, plus what he's hoping this environment brings out of his team. We'll get you ahead of the count with Sandy and Lucas Giolito. Jack will jump in for some headlines, Expo question today at Marlins Radio, and Steve's guarantee to victory. So let's start with the Boston Red Sox. They're 10 games over 500. They hold the second wild card spot in the American League. They've got a 1.5-game cushion. If you're a casual baseball fan, the only thing you've probably associated with the Red Sox is the Rafael Devers trade that happened back on June 15th, and it rocked the baseball community. At the time, Boston was 2 games over. They were playing better baseball, and kaboom, this trade happens, and they make the move to send Devers to San Francisco. Since that day, The Red Sox are 28-20. This was a team that was 5 games under 500 on June 6th. But with the harmony of pitching and offense, the Red Sox all of a sudden are a serious threat to make an October run with, to be quite frank with you, a suspect American League. They've got 6 players with 10-plus home runs. They're 5th in team batting average. They're 5th in runs per game. And oh, by the way, they can pitch too. 6th best team ERA. Alex Cora's team did just have an irritating road trip. They went 2-4 in San Diego and Houston, but they will look back to get to winning ways here tonight. Speaking of getting back to winning ways, our Miami Marlins, they've dropped 8 of their last 11, and this came right after a 5-game win streak where they swept the Yankees. We were on top of the world. And since that sweep of the Yanks, Miami has lost each of his last 3 series against Houston, Atlanta, and Cleveland, and it's really been the starting pitching. That's always what it comes down to. If you look at the run Miami had the last 2 months, go look at their team ERA. Since that Yankee series, the Marlins starters have posted a 6.45 ERA across 11 games, and they had a 2.23 ERA, by the way, in their previous 17 contests. Miami has also built leads on this trip. It's not like they've gotten blown out. They've led in 6 of their 8 games on the trips, and they've dropped to 5 games under. Now, the good part is they're still only 6 games back of a wild card spot in the National League, and there's 40 games remaining. Sandy Alcantara will look to get this thing going in the right direction here on this Friday night from Fenway Park. Let's step aside. We're going to talk to Clayton McCullough about Sandy Alcantara, and again, what it's going to be like for this young team that a lot of these guys have never played at Fenway Park. It is already starting to fill out here in Beantown. We're playing at 7:10. Clayton McCullough is next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Last week, he got the win and the payoff pitch. X hits one high in the air and deep, out to right. There's no doubt about this one. Homer number 2 on the year for X-Man, and Xavier Edwards did not miss a stitch. Who knew he had this in him? 104 off the bat, 402 feet out to right field, and a leadoff homer for power threat Edwards. Open scoring right away. Stowers at third, Otto at second. 2-2 to Jacob. On the way. And Marcy drills a ball out to right and deep. A line shot. Nearly gets to the concourse and gone. Out to right. He got a hanging sweeper and he did not miss it. Second homer of his career. Second homer against Gavin Williams in the first. And the Fish are pouring it on. 2-2. That one drilled again out to right and deep. That thing is gone. Marcy looks over to the first base dugout, pumps his fist, and now points towards the bullpen. Jacob Marcy, 3 for 3 with a pair of homers and tied no more. Gabby made a sign. 2-1. That one hit high in the air, out to right center field, pretty deep. Schneemann is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Graham Pauley, he's heating up with the power stroke. His 4th homer on the year and his 3rd homer of the week. Graham Pauley gives the Fish some breathing room with a solo blast. It's 7-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th. In every clubhouse now. 1-0 pitch. That one lined into center field. That is in for a base hit. X can practically walk home from third base. Kyle Stowers gets right. His first hit of the night is an RBI single, and it's another run. It's 8.
Friday night at Fenway Park, Steven Strom, Clayton McCullough, Game 1 and the final leg of this road trip. Clayton, I probably should have told you this, but I admire you in a lot of ways. I admire your baseball acumen, the way you think, and the way that you manage in the highs and the lows. Why is it important for you that during this stretch this last week to stay the same? Because when this team was winning, your press conference were the exact same as they are right now.
I think, consistency, I feel like, is an important part of this job. And if I felt that the reason why, the results this last bit haven't been as successful as they were is because of our guys, a lack of effort, a lack of preparation, maybe it would be different. But I don't feel that way. I feel like, our guys are, we've just come up on the tough end of, the wrong end of some tough games. And I think over the course of the season and over the course of seasons, like, these things happen a lot. And to try to just focus on, again, the things that are within our control. And I feel like our guys are preparing like they did when we were doing well. I feel like they're still getting after it and trying to compete as hard as they did when we were going well. So that's really all you can ask for. And, we're going to hang pitches and give up homers, and we're going to not come through in certain situations offensively. And, those are, part of this. And I just want them to, if we're going to preach to them how important the process is and, believing in that, then I think as being the leader here that I need to be able to embody that as well.
Sandy Alcantara starts tonight. You've been asked this a billion different ways, but I'm going to ask you a different one. What is the balance of trying to get Sandy back to his 2022 Cy Young form versus evolving with this coaching staff and what they're trying to preach?
Yeah, I think Sandy and every player, you have to evolve, and you're going to have to evolve. And this isn't anything. We're looking to try to have Sandy be completely different than he was. All right, I think we recognized that, coming off the missed time that he had, that it was going to take some time to, get back in a lot of ways to that version that he was. And felt like, for the most part, the velocity has been very, the same or very close to what it was. And the results haven't matched. And most of that, I believe those results just haven't matched because he just hasn't been able to control and command the ball like he did, which is totally normal and okay for what he's gone through. And then as far as, evolving, felt like there was, still a better version of Sandy with, trying to augment the mix some and utilize pitches in a different way from what it was a few years ago. And we believe that is going to yield a version of Sandy that is still, leading the rotation, pitching at the front of a rotation, that's logging innings and giving you a chance to win games. And I believe it's gonna happen.
Sandy Alcantara will go opposite Lucas Giolito tonight. Clayton McCullough with us. I remember back in April when we were in New York, it was 40 degrees, and we had asked you about the elements, and you said if this team wants to play in October one day, you've got to play in those conditions. This is Friday night at Fenway Park. What do you hope in this environment, the way that this team is playing, brings out of your group?
I think this is great, and I want us to win every game here. And I hope there are parts during this weekend where we get punched in the mouth again, where something quirky happens off the monster, or there's a funky bounce and the place goes crazy. And because those are experiences that you can talk about, but until you live them out and they happen and you learn that you can respond to them and overcome them, that's a lesson that's important, I think, for our group. So be able to come here middle of August, with playoff aspirations on both sides still alive, and into a weekend series here. So many things. And the fact that many of these guys haven't played here and haven't been here, this is just as a baseball fan, I'm happy for our guys that they get to come here and play, because this is special, and it'll be a tough series for us. And I think that's great from here on out. Like, every series is going to be tough, and how we respond to adversity and continue with that is going to, be defining for this season and moving forward.
Go get him tonight, and go get him this weekend. Thank you very much, Clayton. We'll break. We'll get you out of the count. Sandy and Lucas Giolito, 7:10 first pitch on the Marlins Radio Network.
New York last week. He got the win and the payoff pitch. X hits one high in the air and deep, out to right. There's no doubt about this one. Homer number 2 on the year for X-Man, and Xavier Edwards did not miss a stitch. Who knew he had this in him? 104 off the bat, 402 feet out to right field, and a leadoff homer for power threat Edwards. Open scoring right away. Stowers at third, Otto at second. 2-2 to Jacob. On the way. And Marcy drills a ball out to right and deep. A line shot. Nearly gets to the concourse and gone. Out to right. He got a hanging sweeper, and he did not miss it. Second homer of his career. Second homer against Gavin Williams in the first, and the Fish are pouring it on. 2-2. That one drilled again out to right and deep. That thing is gone. Marcy looks over to the first base dugout, pumps his fist, and now points towards the bullpen. Jacob Marcy, 3 for 3 with a pair of homers and tied no more. Gabby made a sign. 2-1. That one hit high in the air, out to right center field, pretty deep. Schneemann is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Graham Pauley, he's heating up with the power stroke. His 4th homer on the year and his 3rd homer of the week. Graham Pauley gives the Fish some breathing room with a solo blast. It's 7-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th. In every clubhouse now. 1-0 pitch. That one lined into center field. That is in for a base hit. X can practically walk home from third base. Kyle Stowers gets right. His first hit of the night is an RBI single, and it's another run. It's 8-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th.
The Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Friday Night Baseball from Fenway Park here in Beantown. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez. Thank goodness it is the final leg of this 3-city road trip. Marlins have struggled on this trip, losing 4 out of 5 against Atlanta and 2 out of 3 in Cleveland. But tonight, hopefully, will serve as a reset. Sandy Alcantara will go opposite Lucas Giolito. Let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start here with a 29-year-old right-hander who will make his 24th start of 2025. Sandy's 3rd career start against the Red Sox. Sandy comes into tonight with a 6-11 record, a 6.55 ERA, 23 starts, 121 innings pitched. He gave up 5 runs on 7 hits over 5 frames against Atlanta on Saturday. Big thing for Sandy, 4 of those 5 runs came in 1 inning, and it was that 5th inning. Last 2 for Sandy against Atlanta and Houston. 12 innings pitched, 11 earned runs, 9 Ks to 5 walks. Career-wise against the Red Sox for Sandy Alcantara, he's made 2 starts, a 1.38 ERA, 13 frames, 2 earned runs. He started against the Red Sox in 2020 and 2023. There's no escaping what this year has been like for Sandy Alcantara. There's been some good, and there's been most of it bad. We'll see here if facing a familiar foe in the Boston Red Sox, who he has done well against, will serve him well. But this is a Red Sox offense that is pretty lethal. Number 5 in all of baseball in team batting average, number 5 in runs per game, and they have 6 players with 10-plus home runs. Sandy will go opposite Lucas Giolito, 31-year-old right-hander from beautiful Burbank, California. He'll make his 19th start of the season. He's had quite a resurgence. He's 8-2 with a 3.77 ERA, 100 in a third innings pitched this season. So let's kind of rewind with Giolito. He signed a 1-year deal after a nightmare 2023. He had a 6 ERA with the Angels, who traded for him, then a 7 ERA with the Cleveland Guardians. In 2024, he signs with the Boston Red Sox. He starts the season on the IL due to discomfort in his right elbow. Then he ends up having surgery. So it's a wipe, 2024. This is a guy that made an all-star team, by the way, in 2019. He has had quite the bounce back here in 25. It's great to see, really, for Giolito. Again, 8-2, a 3.77 ERA. He has been dominant here the last 4 at Fenway Park. This dude has posted a 4-0 record with a 0.33 ERA, 1 earned run over 27 innings pitched combined. He faced Houston. He faced Colorado. But Toronto and Tampa Bay, 3 out of 4, those are pretty good opponents. Giolito will feature a 4-seamer, a slider, a changeup, and a curveball. And those 2 will be our Friday night matchup here on the mound, Sandy Alcantara and Lucas Giolito. We'll break. We'll get Jack McMullen on next. We're going to hear his storylines. We talk about headlines. We're going to get Jack's storylines coming into not only Friday night, but the entire weekend. Marlins looking to get things going in the right direction on this Friday night. 7:10 first pitch. We're back in 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Men gone, and the 3-1 pitch. Augustine cranks out to left and deep. He didn't miss a stitch of it. Solo blast for Augustine, number 16 on the year. He got 98 over the heart of the plate and 112 on the way out.
All right, here's the 1-2. I got a question for you guys. That's ripped left center field and deep. Grisham going back. It's going. It's gone. Goodbye. Agustin Ramirez has hit his second home run of the game in as many at-bats against his former organization, the Yankees. 2 solo shots. Have the Marlins up 2-0.
Why do these wins feel a little bit different against this team in front of this crowd?
I think it's just the atmosphere, for sure. Fans are making it feel like they're really special games, and I mean, we're playing good teams. These are the wins you need to get if you want to be one of those really good teams, and we feel like we are.
We saw 25 runs total yesterday between these two teams. You caught a shutout tonight. What separates Yuri from the rest?
I mean, I think he's just scratching the surface of what he could do. I think if you ask him, he didn't have his best stuff tonight, and that's just like a testament to how good his stuff is. I mean, he's going to compete like no other, and he's going to battle with what he's got, and I mean, he's got some crazy gifts.
What happened with the pitch comm? I saw you guys going back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. He couldn't hear it. It wasn't working. It was only working every few pitches, so we had to figure that out. We were going to have to go old school if we couldn't figure it out.
How do you assess where this team is at right now?
I think we're just taking it day by day. I think everyone in that clubhouse knows how good we
Combinados a Verizon 5G Internet más una línea Unlimited Welcome y AT&T Internet 300 más una línea Unlimited Starter SL. Requiere Xfinity Internet. Velocidades reales varían. Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Again, where something quirky happens off the monster, or there's a funky bounce and the place goes crazy, and because those are experiences that you can talk about, but until you live them out and they happen and you learn that you can respond to them and overcome them, that's a lesson that's important, I think, for our group.
Anything worse than a buzzkill when the rejoin doesn't come back? Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Fenway Park here. That was Clayton McCullough earlier today, and I thought it was a really awesome answer from him, Jack, talking about what he hopes his group learns from this environment at this time. It's August baseball. The Red Sox are playing good baseball. They're 10 over, looking for a playoff spot in the American League. And Clayton said, he hopes in a weird way that stuff maybe goes wrong to see how his team either rises to the occasion or flounders like bad fish.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like he said, I'm hoping that they feel this, and he's not saying, "Listen, I'm hoping we get our teeth kicked in for 9 innings."
And he started. If we heard the whole thing, he said we want to win all 3 of these games.
Yeah, of course. And what he's saying is, in a vacuum, I want to see how our guys bounce back from adversity, and there is nothing quite like adversity in a vacuum than playing a Friday night baseball game at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. I mean,
you're taking it in right now.
I
love it.
I am taking it in. This is really cool. But I mean, listen, you misplay a ball down the right field line, all of a sudden that ball is like waffle boarding, to take a Doc Emmerich verb. Like it's waffle boarding along the right field line, and all of a sudden it's a triple. There's a reason Jaron Duran has 12 this year. You misplay a ball in center field, it's 420 feet out to right center, just to the left of that jutted out bullpen area. And then you got to deal with the monster in left field. So there's a lot of things that can go awry very quickly at this ballpark. And I think Clayton is hoping to see his team bounce back if, and frankly, when they go awry this weekend.
It was funny too, Jack, seeing these guys in the clubhouse, because a lot of these Marlins players who don't have a ton of service time, this is their first time at Fenway Park. In fact, we saw a group of our Marlins players head over to the Green Monster and sign inside the Monster. You were part of that.
I was a part of that, yes. I got to sign inside the Green Monster. I ID'd Jack Leiter, the young, talented right-hander for the Texas Rangers. I saw there was a spot open right next to him. I said, you know what? Let's make it 2 Jacks right
Love
here.
it.
So that
love
was good.
It. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's do some storylines. I usually throw them your way, and I think I hit on a couple of them. It's the Red Sox team. If you're a casual baseball fan and you haven't really been paying attention, you associate the Red Sox with trading Rafael Devers. Since that trade, Jack, They're 28-20. They're 39-22 at home. They went 17-7 in July. This is a good baseball team. What are our storylines to look out for tonight and throughout the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, Boston got a heck of a lot better after moving Rafi Devers, and I don't think anybody was anticipating you would say that, but then all of a sudden you see report after report, and it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe the clubhouse got a little bit more jovial and unified when Rafi Devers made his way to San Francisco. For me, this is a statement series win if the Marlins do this. And I think the baseball world as a whole is looking at this saying, oh, Giolito's got a sub-4 ERA, 3.77. This guy has been unhittable in his last 4 turns at Fenway that you pointed out. Brian Bayo's got a 3.2, and Garrett Crochet is the only one holding a candle right now to Tarek Skubal when it comes to the American League Cy Young Award. So you look at the probable pitching matchups. You see no Cabby, you see no Yuri, and you're saying, you know, if for a casual baseball fan, the Red Sox have a competitive advantage in terms of starting pitching every single night, so the Red Sox should handle this series. If the Marlins take 2 of 3 or 3 of 3, this is a huge statement to the rest of the league. That's my big thing. The other big thing is you're taking on 3 really good starting pitchers in Giolito, Bayo, and Crochet. How do you deal with 3 very different arms? This guy's 4-seam and changeup. Bayo is one of the premier sinker ballers in baseball, and then Crochet is a superstar on the hill. So those are kind of the things that jump out to me. The other ones are just a couple of guys that are, hitting a bit of a snag right now. Kyle Stowers, how do you get out of this?
Sure.
Jacob Marcy, it was a night to forget last night, as weird as that sounds. 0 for 4, a couple of punch-outs. How do you bounce back from that? So that's what jumps out to me personally. And Wags in the lineup day after his birthday.
Day after his birthday. Good to have Wags back in the lineup, Jack. And I heard this awesome quote last night watching some Netflix on our flight.
Yeah.
When adversity hits, you choose character or you compromise. And tonight is a really big opportunity for Sandy Alcantara, who you look at the ERA, it's almost uncomfortable saying the ERA, 6.55, and associating with Sandy Alcantara. I'm not going to go out and tell you he's got to throw a quality start. I will ask you, though, how does he at least disrupt this Boston Red Sox lineup that we had mentioned is lethal, and they've scored in double digits plenty of times this season?
Disrupt is interesting. Honestly, the way that I would say disrupt is if his changeup is on tonight, that could be a serious recipe for success right now. But honestly, and I know I sound like Jeff Nelson right now, you got to work inside. If you're Sandy Alcantara, you have to bust these guys inside. There's a lot of lefty bats. So what I want to see is that 2-seam fastball starting on their hip and peeling right back on to the plate. Or actually, starting on their hip and peeling right back onto the inside corner. That's the thing that jumps out to me. You can have them kind of bearing in, but your sinker, your changeup, they're going to work away from lefty bats. You can run that into a danger zone. I want him to start it off the plate inside and finish it on the inside corner.
Lucas Giolito, you saw him plenty with the White Sox uniform, Jack. What Giolito are we getting? Like when he's on, what does it look like? Because he's had some really good starts. He's had, his handful of bad ones, but for the most part, it's been a really consistent and resurgent Lucas Giolito.
So when you think changeup, where is the location of a good changeup?
Down and away.
So Lucas Giolito is one of the very, very few major league pitchers that is good with a changeup upstairs or over the heart of the plate. Now, why is that? It's because the fastball rides very well at the top, and the changeup, he can get away with upstairs changeups and middle changeups.
Okay.
Because it has that Bugs Bunny effect where it's not necessarily one that's going to fade a ton arm side. What it's going to do is it's going to look a lot like the fastball at 94, but it's 82 miles an hour.
Especially that over-the-top release.
Yes, so it's over the top, a changeup down, and he can get ugly swings on changeups over the heart of the plate. There were so many times that I was watching a Giolito blossom into a frontline starter, and I'm saying, how is that a good pitch? It's a good pitch for him. So the changeup is an interesting one. Again, he leaves it over the heart of the plate. Opponents are hitting under 200 against the changeup, but they're killing it in terms of homers. Like more than half of the homers that he's allowed have come on the changeup. So you either clip it and get all of it, or you're way out in front. For me, it's the 4-seam changeup dance.
Okay, and it's similar with at least the mechanics as Tanner Bybee yesterday
Pretty
that we
similar.
saw. So we will see here. He also has reverse splits, at least from a batting average perspective. Righty's hitting about 270. Clayton McCullough has run out 5 lefties: Xavier Edwards, Kyle Stowers, Liam Hicks, Jacob Marcy, and Grant Poy. Not in that order. So we shall see. It's going to be an awesome weekend here at Fenway Park. Jack and Gabby have your call in about 12 minutes. We'll break Expo questions, Steve's guarantee, and then we'll play some baseball from beautiful Boston, Massachusetts on the Marlins Radio Network.
Good questions, but it's not as easy as the guy that worked for the New York Post.
First pitch to Troy Johnston, ripped into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. It short hops off the wall in the corner. They're going to hold Pauly at third, but Hernandez comes in to score from second. His first plate appearance in Miami.
He's good based on the skill set. Kyle Stowers was bad for a month this year after he was amazing for 2 months and amazing for 2 more. Stowers hits one high in the air, down the left field line, playable for Dominguez in foul ground. He makes the catch, but Johnston will tag and score from third base. It was in fair territory. If it was in foul ground, Dominguez might have let it drop, but he did make the catch. It plates another
75 and 49 or
49,
yeah.
something crazy.
There's a shot, deep right field. Going back is Bellinger. He looks up, and it is gone. Kyle Stowers has done it again. This time a 3-run shot off the lefty. 6-1 Miami. Marcy looking for his first Major League RBI. Rips one deep to center. Grisham going back, turns back, looking out, backhander, off the glove. It hits the wall. Marcy rounding second. He will get his first Major League RBI and his first Major League triple. 7-3 Miami, the rookie does it again.
Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, just getting recognized for anything that you do in this game is always really special. I don't take it for granted. Honestly, just kind of more stoked about how we've been playing in all sincerity, and just hope we can keep that going. It feels good to just play winning baseball. What we've done the last couple months, I think, is just kind of take things one day at a time, kind of flush the previous day regardless of whether it was good or bad, and, what
Promotions or discounts not valid on gift card purchases. No adjustments on previous purchases. Offer only valid on qualifying purchases at the participating Cuba Vera stores at Dolphin Mall, Sawgrass Mills, or online at cubavera.com. This offer is valid until September 1st, 2025. Other exclusions may apply.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
Rocking and rolling here on the Marlins Radio Network on a Friday night from Fenway Park. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Gabby Sanchez. 7 o'clock. As it looks like we're getting a little bit of a golden hour, it is filling up here in Beantown as the Marlins take on the Boston Red Sox in this final leg of this 3-city road trip. Marlins are going to get back on track. Sandy Alcantara will go opposite Lucas Giolito. Our Expo question today: who is the all-time leader in this franchise history in home runs? This is an easy one. This is a I call this one a layup. Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio in Boston Red Sox history, folks. Don't give me the Miami Marlins one. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Well, we had talked about Boston's offense, number 5 in team batting average, number 5 in the league in runs per game, number 1 in doubles. We talked about 6 players with 10-plus home runs this season. It's a lot of pressure on Sandy Alcantara, who has not had a good year thus far. I'm not going to put the pressure on him to go quality start, but what I will tell you, we need Sandy Alcantara to give us 5 frames of 3 runs or less in this game to give this team a chance to win. Marlins have a bullpen that has pretty much not been used, at least high leverage guys. Ronnie Enriquez didn't pitch last couple of days. Calvin Fauché, Anthony Bender. So for Sandy Alcantara, the name of the game needs to be offensively, get your guy a lead and get through 5 innings, less than 3 runs, and then turn it over to the bullpen of Clayton McCullers. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Gabby Sanchez, he's ready to rock strand lineups, and first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins